This edition of The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. It's time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, then you'll love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries with 2 strangers and 1 target where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available in paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and is even loved by Hollywood celebrities including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. Order Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia, now available at Amazon.
It's now time for The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, give an official shout out to our special sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mian Mohsen Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mian Mohsen Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mian Mohsen Zia. Available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books. Remembering is a key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at a wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift for memories that makes you laugh and cry at the same time? Whatever gift for Grandma's recipes or just because little smiles and tears will just melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw, Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bring your memories back to life. Whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show over 30 podcast platforms and themikewagnershow.com, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter today at The Mike Wagner Show. And for great merchandise and great gifts for your loved ones, go to Amazon.com. Check out The Mike Wagner Show. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and a lot more. Make great 24/7, 365. And for more great gift ideas like great books by Mian Mohsen Zia and cool merchandise, T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, and more, Amazon.com/me and store. Make sure you check out today. And also don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, as well as PayPal and themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's a founder of Wonderama TV, showcasing kids and other talents. It's been an institution in New York for a long time. It's also broadcast on multiple platforms, and also it's got a lot of music, cool science experiments, cooking demos, games, a lot more. And this gentleman and the program is also collaborating with UNICEF, Trick or Treat in Times Square. That's coming up October 30th. And he's also the CEO of Armstrong Interactive and Wonderama Holdings, and specializes in entertainment, media, business strategies, and startup development, and a lot more. And he has over 35 Emmy nominations and 7 awards, and displayed back there in his little trophy case. And also works with David Osmond, the Osmond brothers. Always so happy for it. And let's bring him on live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown New York City, the founder of Wonderama TV, and he is such a wonder, ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Armstrong. Chuck,
Mike,
good morning.
Thank you so much. So one of the things that I like the best is I want one of those pillows. Those look comfy, right? And tell me, what was that book missing? That was me today trying to get home to go to your show. I was like missing for most of about an hour, so I apologize. But that looks like I heard that's a great book.
It is, yeah. And of course, you can also check it out as well, too. Amazon.com. Check out the Me and Molson Zia store. And you can also look it up, missing as well, too. And just don't go missing after you read this book. So can you do me a favor, please? Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. And of course, you're the founder of Wonderama TV and showcasing other talents. It's been around for a long time, a New York institution. And you're also going to be collaborating with UNICEF coming up on October 30th. And like to hear more about that. You're CEO of Armstrong Interactive, and 35 Emmy nominations, 7 awards. And oh, my gosh, it's like, I want one of those.
Actually, I can't give them up. I guess I got more now. But look, the bottom line is, as I always say, Mike, they'll give them to anybody. You just got to keep trying, right? And the thing about Wonderama is our main message is, if it's going to happen, or the old Dennis Waitley thing, if it's to be, it's up to me. We try to tell kids, if you think and try, you can do it, and never lose your sense of wonder. So, emotionally, I'm still 12, but I'm getting old. But main thing is Wonderama is, it was a New York institution that was really just an amazing touchstone for people here, but also in Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Houston, Texas, Minneapolis, St. Louis. It aired for over 40 years, and it really never talked down to kids. It always talked to them, and it said, hey, you can, if you want to be an astronaut, if you want to be an artist. And it had a great tradition, as we might have talked about before we went on the air. ABBA's first U.S. appearance was on Wonderama. Elton John's first TV appearance was on Wonderama.
Oh my God!
The Jackson 5. So it was a place where even the Roger Daltrey showed up from the Who. It was a popular culture wheel for kids. And we hope that we're doing it justice. And we're now in our 6th season back. And now we're live all year from Times Square. And so we just wanted to try to actually, bring some meaning to this year's Halloweening, specifically with all that's happened. And that's what UNICEF is all about. And their efforts are to really help vaccinate the world. And, they're one of the great institutions that started this back in, I think, 1950, and Wonderama's from 1955. We're not as cool as Bozo, as you know. Bozo the Clown still rules. Right. But the thing is, it was, 2 great long-standing traditions. And so we're calling it the biggest Halloween parade in history. And when we say big, we mean it. It's 10 stories high. And we've taken over the one Times Square billboard, which is where the ball drops. And we're going to have a virtual parade that'll be broadcast around the globe with UNICEF. And it's from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. On October 30th, which is Halloween Eve. So we're not ruining any children's Halloween candy getting. See, so it's the day before. But that we're very honored to be with them. And then we're also working with IHOP to create scary face pancakes for all the people that are there. And they're really amazing people.
That is amazing. You make me hungry for some IHOP pancakes.
Well, I tell you what, I actually went to an IHOP a couple towns over, and now no one in my family will allow me to make pancakes anymore. I can only get them from there. They're like, Dad, these are like much better than yours. We use maple syrup. I get maple syrup from Vermont, but I got to get the pancakes from IHOP, and their delivery is great. So I was pretty pleased. So. What do you do for Halloween? What is it a big tradition at your house?
Well, actually, it is kind of a tradition in a way. It's like we just have like these scary movies, have a little popcorn balls, and somebody tries trick or treats, like, you try to scare them off, like, ah.
Well, now, how do you make a popcorn ball? Because that's something I've never had.
I can't remember, but it's like my wife did that one year. I think it's like you just take caramel or something and
okay.
Yeah,
so you take all the food groups that can really ruin your teeth and put them all together, and
it does, yeah. And I tell everybody it's a day. It's like, here's all the candy. Make an appointment with the dentist the next day. That's probably their biggest busy time of the year. It's like, after the kids, have their Halloween candy, it's like, my tooth hurts, I gotta go to the dentist, eat Halloween candy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got, so for this Halloween Eve, we got some people. You ever heard of Bootsy Collins? Do you know who Bootsy Collins is?
Yes, Bootsy Collins. I remember. Yeah. I'm trying to in
Parliament and the Funkadelics. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's doing his version of Monster Mash.
Oh my gosh.
And then we got Anime Zex, which is this great, I call them D-metal, but they're a metal band that's good for the whole family. They're doing their version of the Monster Mash. And then we've got kids like Victory Brinker, who is on America's Got Talent this summer. She was a Golden Buzzer winner. But it's all about people celebrating, not just in the U.S., but we've got folks from Haiti, folks from France, a little bit of everything. And it's about Halloween around the world. But I mean, nothing beats North Dakota. I mean, come on. You trying to cow tripping? I mean, there's fun stuff.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I think our versions, like maybe taking apples or just throw them at somebody, or maybe just, hound tipping or something like that. Or it's like, here, kids, trick or treat. Moo.
Oh, yeah. No, more tricks than treats. But, and the other thing too is, and this year, so we've got another thing happening right now. We're picking 50 grand marshals from around the country. It doesn't cost anything to join. You go to wonderamatv.com, and we're asking people to give us your best scary face. And 50 of those people are going to be featured on the one Times Square billboards, which is kind of cool. And so they'll be part of our virtual parade. So we'll be able to share it with. So if you got anybody there, if you got any folks that would like to join, I'd love to have someone in for your hometown. Is that cool? Are you going to go find? You going to give me somebody?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some people. And I'll say, hey, call them up. It's like, get one of those, like those string cans, and hey, neighbor, you want to join? Or it's like, give them some moonshine. Go, hey, you want to join? Or like that.
Well, you say moonshine. I actually was in a radio station in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'd been there. I'm from Boston originally, and then I had moved to Texas, and it was a wonderful station. And a man came over, he goes, hey, I'm Mountain Man. And he handed me a jar of moonshine, and I'd never seen it before. But it was the only time I'd ever have free moonshine. But bottom line is Wonderama is all about helping kids hopefully achieve their potential and also trying to do something right for the world. It's kind of true, but we're all going to be dead at some point. So why not do something good when you're alive? And, the folks at UNICEF have actually done so much to help children around the world since World War II. They were started by actually Taya Leone's grandmother.
Oh, wow.
And I think her name was Pentiglione, was one of the founders. And she helped Eleanor Roosevelt put together something for the UN, because after World War II, there was all these starving children that needed help. And that's how UNICEF started. And when it came to getting boots on the ground for a COVID-19 response, they have the most robust network in countries around the world.
Wow.
So, for example, with something happening in Haiti, the UN can't even have troops there, but UNICEF's on the ground. So, for like $2.33, I think they can get somebody vaccinated somewhere in the world. And most of that cost is not for the vaccine. It's just to get the transportation and get it out there. So they're just trying to, they have a saying that's true, which is no one is safe unless we're all safe. And so that's kind of their mission. And so we're honored to be with them.
And I remember those UNICEF little boxes look like shoe boxes or something. They're orange. You got a thing you like stick $1 in, sticking a quarter, dime, nickel, and everything. And you had to go around and say, hey, can you give? Can you give? And it's amazing how many people are willing to give. And there are days it's like, I want to get rid of these pennies. It goes, here you go. Or look at the dollar. It's like, do I really want to buy some ice cream or buy a Coke or something? Yeah, put it in and help.
Well, and they're trying to teach, Mike, they're trying to teach giving at an early age, right? And it's just important there. It's not so much the amount, it's the activity. And what they found with COVID that, you can't send kids door to door, and collecting money. So we're just trying to get the message out that they're here, they're helping, and wait till next year, because when we don't have to be virtual and it's a real parade, we're going to take over Broadway and have a family parade in Times Square. And they've got a great Halloween parade on Halloween down in Chelsea, but it's not really for families. It's more for grown-ups. This is something where you could go and have a wonderful time. And that's the great thing about Times Square is there's a group called the Times Square Alliance and a guy named Tom Harris who's in charge. And all they're trying to do is figure out how can we make this, it's the top destination in the country. I think 60 million people go to Times Square every year. And they just want to let you know that it's all about, families and fun. And they've now put art installations in, and they've got a Diwali festival for Indian New Year. Yeah. So it's really changed from, what I remember when I first moved to New York in the 90s. So you ought to come on in.
I'll definitely do so as well, too. Not just wonderamatv and get involved in UNICEF. You also have another special as well, too, that you and I are very passionate about. We'll do it just a quick minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking a budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also give a shout out to our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia. Available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and Alice. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books. Memory is a key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at a wedding, and even more so at yours. Who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs, huh? Well, the holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift for memories? Makes you laugh and cry at the same time. Whatever gift for Grandma's recipes or just because those smiles and tears will just melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw. Picture This Photo Books at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotoBooks.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books. Bring your memories back to life. The whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you. Check out The Mike Wagner Show over 30 podcast platforms and themikewagnershow.com. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check our merchandise at themikewagnershow.com and amazon.com at The Mike Wagner Show Podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to amazon.com and check out the Mia Molson-Zia store. Great books, merchandise, and more. And support us on Anchor FM, PayPal, and themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with the amazing founder of Wonderama TV and also has 35 Emmy nominations, 7 awards, and he also works with David Osmond, The Mike Wagner Show, Chuck Armstrong. We already talked about Wonderama. And, before we get into a venture that we're really passionate about, you worked with David Osmond on this whole thing. And, of course, you also got Coco, and Breezy. So it's like, it's not just Wonderama. You just have like a family working together. It's great.
Well, and it's funny because how we met David was I met him through Jimmy Osmond, and I had gone down to Branson, Missouri, which if you haven't been, is really kind of surprising how much is down there. And he said, I was going to talk to him about a guy that was on the board of the Children's Miracle Network with him named Nick Cannon. And he said, look, before you talk to Nick, he goes, not that these things sound wonderful, but look at my nephew. And he goes, he sings, he dances, he's unbelievably talented. And his last name's Osmond, so he won't get a record contract. And I'm like, oh, that's mean. Well, so I looked online and I found out who David was. And I mean, you just know when you look on, you just like, you see something. So I go, that's my guy. And we were involved with a division of Omnicom called Uproar. And I said, I found the host. They go, who is it? I go, his name's David Osmond. He was the MS Man of the Year. At 26, he was in a wheelchair. And now he's a walking miracle. I mean, the guy's unbelievable. And she goes, Osmond. So, of course, she wanted me to test him. We brought him to Dallas. And it became their idea. He was so good. I mean, David is possibly one of the most talented people I've ever met. Also the nicest human being in the world. He was in Osmond's Second Generation, which was huge overseas. And he's just so humble. He also is way too handsome. I always disagree when I walk into a room.
Just like Donnie and everybody else. It's like, I remember the handsome challenge back then. It's like, if you're more handsome than Donnie, it's like, you're in trouble.
Well, it's funny because Donnie Osmond is the nicest guy, and so is Marie. Although Marie calls me Upchuck for some reason.
Upchuck? Oh, my God.
Donnie called me on my birthday, so that was nice. So
what's up, Chuck?
I'm now Upchuck. Thanks, sir. But she's done so much for Children's Miracle Network. I mean, she's raised billions. And so David really, he's an amazing singer, and yet he really connects to kids. And Coco and Breezy, we found through, they were in a development deal with Sony because they're amazing. They were mixed DJs. And they've grown way beyond us. I mean, they have their own eyewear line at Zenny.
Oh, wow.
But they started eyewear because it was anti-bullying. When they were in high school in Minneapolis, there were two kids of color, and they were getting, they stuck out. So they made sunglasses so they wouldn't make eye contact. They found if they didn't make eye contact with people, you wouldn't have as many issues. And then they started to bedazzle them. And then they sold these chakra glasses to Prince. It had the middle frame and then the two sides. And so at 19, they moved to New York and started their own eyewear company.
Oh, my gosh.
Literally, they have a whole line at Zenny for kids 8 to 12. They've got high-end lines at some of the stores. And they were in Times Square on billboards before I ever was. So they're cooler than I am. But what's really neat about Wonderama is because of the hosts and the audience, we index at over 200% in delivering African-American households. And, if you look at David, David's, from Utah, right? And it's all because this show reflects popular culture and New York. And we're really kind of proud of that. And there's not many people like David Osmond who gets up every day and defies gravity because he shouldn't be able to walk. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, my gosh, that is amazing. And of course, besides your ventures as well, too, you also start up a brand new venture that something we are passionate about. It's not just Wonderama TV, but Wonderama Radio. And oh,
Amen
my gosh, yes. Oh, I'm so excited to hear about it. It's just like, I'm so excited.
You are a radio pro. I mean, you know that why radio, the old saying was, we're not dead. We're like Latin, we're immortal. But radio was a music discovery engine, and it started with kids. And when radio became literally, run by Wall Street, that became the economic decision maker. They went from 8 commercial units an hour to 16, and a lot of the new formats went away because it was easier to play middle of the road stuff. And so what happened was, I believe that there's an opportunity for kids to be able to, discover new music. So we have a radio show called, or a radio format called Wonderama Rocks, ROX40. We've cleared our first 11 markets. And on when we're online, we'll be in Dolby Atmos. So you'll be able to stream us, but we're, first a terrestrial station and then you stream. And we've got 125 acts that have been on the show that are just amazing and unsigned. We had a music choice channel and we said, you know what, we should be doing this ourselves. And so this station will have David as kind of the voice of the station, but it's going to be programmed by kids, and kids are going to be able to, through a thing called Radio Voodoo, actually post their shows to Wonderama Radio. So it's you'll be the first to listen to it because I'll probably beg you to work on it. But the bottom line is, it's all about, hey, that was a cool song. What's the background on it? Give me a little bit of history. Let me touch and feel it. And if you listen to most stations now, they've kind of gotten away from that because it's just not in the business model. Right.
Exactly. It's just like, back in the day, it's like you played, 3 in a row and say, hey, that was a Fab Four. And, they did this back in 1964, the Ed Sullivan Show. And then, before that, Elton John, his first big hit, and played on Wonderama. And, kicking things off, James Brown, he had that almost #1 hit. It's like, it's like the story thing is missing. Nowadays, you hear it in between. It's like, hey, did you hear about this new product? Or did you hear about, Jen and so-and-so or a new boyfriend, or like say, hey, check this out and everything. It's like, the story behind the song to me is totally missing. And now
that's what,
I think people are just hungry for it.
Right. That's what people bought music for.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, they didn't buy, and I'll play the sweeper if you're not careful. But the reason that people really identify with music is because it kind of is their formative years. It's when they first discovered this. It's about passion. And it's really, when people bought music in the old days, you were translating your passion into a purchase. Now it's so easy to find that music that kids know more about music than anybody else. My 9-year-old just opened the door and basically is playing something loud.
Is he? Okay, you know what? Why don't you have him come on board? Maybe he'll be like a Wonderama DJ. It's like, bring him on board and, say hello. It's just like, we can give him a few pointers, right?
Right, exactly. Well, it's funny because whenever I do anything, I don't know if you can hear this, but I'll play you. Is all inclusive. So
cool.
Sound like top 40 from the old days?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What was it for you guys? Was it WABC, WCBS, WNBC, KTU? Mine was WLS, WCFL.
Oh, WLS. One of the great stations of all time. It really is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Right. And then we have
Wonderama Rocks.
It's from
rocking the world straight out of New York City.
Wonderama Rocks. So we'll be broadcasting from Times Square, which is kind of nice, but nowadays you could be broadcasting from your closet and nobody would know,
or down the studio or where you're at with, behind your little trophy room.
That's right. A trophy case and a piece of furniture. But it's all about how do you connect to kids in a way that opens up their world. And, it's something that we're just trying to do our part to get the music out. And what we're finding is that there's a million talented kids, but a lot of times now it's about the personality as opposed to the content of the music.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we can, show a little bit of a balance for that, maybe we can, brand some new stars. We're working with a gentleman named John Velasco, who's done everything from, first manager of ABBA to, John's my guru.
Amazing guy.
He'll be in charge of, if there are artists that need to grow beyond that, he'll be the guy that does it.
Mm-hmm. And he was an amazing guy too. I had him on the show, great history about it. I mean, he is just amazing. I'm going to say that. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was the one that, my old business partner was introduced to Michael Jackson to buy the Beatles catalog by John, because that's who John used to hang with, but he's the most down to earth, wonderful human being. It's just a pleasure to know him. So, what about Wonderama? Do you think that there might be something in that programming that's missing out there, or do you think we're doing the wrong thing?
Well, the one thing I say this is like, you've got an amazing product. I got to say that. So it's like, I think this will make my kids come out and say, hey, you want to be a DJ, stuff like that.
Right.
And, oh, by the way, speaking of DJs, it's like, how does one get into Wonderama? It's like, looking for kids DJs, or say like, hey, you can play your own music, program your own music, and whatever else. You can take some, say Elton John records, whatever, or say like, a brand new hit.
Well, you know what's big now? Metal.
Yes.
Well, kids were locked in their house for a year, so now all of a sudden, the angst is coming out. And it's funny because I missed the whole metal phase. It was like I was more of a Elvis Costello, Joe Jackson kind of generation. Mm-hmm. And what it says to them is, hey, there's this, I don't know if you've heard of Anime's X, but they've got this song Strawberry Fields, and it like ticks off the Beatles, ticks off metal, and kids love it, So we had them on our first show because all of a sudden they're like, nah, you got to have metal. And so it's all about learning as you go. And our next step here is we're developing this thing called Wonderama Studios, which will be a place where kids can actually learn by doing. So there'll be the radio station and obviously the TV show, but we'll also have an animation studio where kids can learn how to draw.
Oh, wow.
And things like, how to dance and all these things that really have been cut out of schools, right? Because there's just no money to do it. Mm-hmm. And we've provided over 55 or maybe it's up to 75 now lessons to the New York City Teach Hub. And so we're just trying to create content that instructs, but also inspires. And I hope that we can continue to do that.
Oh my gosh, you've got one heck of a product out there. And if you can just do me a favor, keep us up to date with Wonderama Radio and all the ventures as well, too. And by the way, this leads up to what's coming up with Chuck Armstrong. We'll find out we'll keep it less than a minute, okay? You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mia Molson-Zia Missing, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook, and brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where memories and key ingredient. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. We'll be back with the final Wonderama TV and radio and the amazing Chuck Armstrong after this timeout.
This edition of The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Picture This Photo Books, where remembering is the key ingredient. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. And who doesn't miss Grandma's meatballs? The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whatever gift of Grandma's recipes, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809 or visit picturethisphotobooks.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 10% off your first order. Picture This Photo Books, bringing your memories back to life. They're whimsical, casual, or formal, and always uniquely you.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Molson-Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers. And if there's one thing you can count on in these unpredictable times, it's that you're in good hands getting some great radio, courtesy of The Mike Wagner Show.
We're back with the founder of Wonderama TV, radio, and more, Chuck Armstrong here on the Mike Wagner Show. And of course, once again, just tell everybody about the UNICEF Foundation and most importantly, how can they help?
Well, I mean, the best thing is come to wonderamatv.com or trickortreatforunicef.org, and you can learn more about two things. One is all the great works they're doing, and I think you'll be inspired to help by maybe telling friends about it. It's almost more important to get people engaged than it is to raise money at this point, because UNICEF is they're a real amazing organization, but they also help people in the United States as well. So we're having this wonderful celebration on October 30th. Everybody can tune in. It's going to be live at wonderamatv.com, but it'll also be throughout the world with UNICEF. And it's from 7 o'clock to 8:30. And the best part is if you want to participate, we're looking for your best scary face. It could also be a happy face. Take a picture, a little video, and you'll be featured. 50 people, we're just going to pick the best 50 that we like, are featured on the one Times Square billboard. And we're trying to find people from every state in the country, i.e., why we're picking 50. Don't tell Puerto Rico. No, but it's all about trying to figure out a way to allow people to know that, yeah, we're in Times Square, but you can be there too. Just like when you watch New Year's Eve and you see the ball drop, you can actually be there and participate as well.
Yes, that's amazing too. And of course, speaking of scary faces, us radio people have scary faces too.
Amen to that, my brother.
Well, I think 50 years ago we would have qualified, but maybe something down the road, who knows?
Oh man. But before you go, what was your I had a go-to costume, which was my dad had a big raincoat and there was an inflatable pumpkin and I could see out the raincoat and I didn't have to think about it. I could put it on every year. Did you have a go-to costume for Halloween?
Something too? I actually had one of those werewolf masks or like a gorilla mask. I would just put it over. I would put on a hockey jersey. I put fake blood on it. I carry a broken stick and I go around saying, I'm going. It's like, what was it? Jack the Ripper or whatever it is. It's like, hockey guerrilla players, like trying to combine.
I like that. It's cross-platform, right? You brought in all the different food groups into one. Oh
my gosh, yeah. And of course, it's like hockey's always a big thing. So you always got ugly players. You always got the teeth that get knocked out. And of course, your friends before you go in, you beat the crap out of each other during the game. And your friends afterwards, you go off for a beer, goes, Hey, how'd you like when I knocked you out? Oh, that was great. I'm about to do that on you next time. It's like they're never angry about it. It's like they have so much fun about it.
I know. I was at I had tickets to the women's final hockey match in Vancouver, but I decided to go to a bar for the men's final match. And I walked in and, it was U.S. versus Canada. I'm in a Canadian bar. And I kind of feared for my life until they won, but they're like, oh, no, we all forgive afterwards, but not during the game. I'm like, oh, God.
No, during games is a big, big no. You probably get pucks fly, punched, and heck, you get slapped and scratched and slashed and everything else. And then you come away, it's like, hey, how's it going?
Hey,
I forgive you, love you.
You're doing good, eh? Oh, yeah, sure, thanks. Yeah, my mom is Quebecois. And so, we learned that the one person you don't pick a fight with is a hockey player, but they do forgive. And that's important.
Oh, clearly, too. And of course, I think that's the one sport, kids get involved. It's like, take your frustrations out on the ice or on the court or on the gym. And then afterwards, like, hey, I love you, man. Although I did take your knee out, your eyeball or something, or give you a nice,
You'll never walk again, but we're still buds.
5-inch cut down your face. I mean, I've had that before, too. It's like nothing bad, but then I find ways to get back and goes, hey, I love you. Whack.
Wow. Oh, well, Mike, thank you so much. It's sincerely an honor to be on your show. I am buying one of those pillows. I like them. I really do. And if there's anything you want from Wonderama, you let me know. But we'd love to have some people from your listening, from your audience to join us. And all they have to do is check out wonderamatv.com and post their best scary face, and just do like a 30-second video because we're going to animate that live on the screen. So it won't just be a photo. It'll actually be them live in Times Square. Okay?
We certainly will do so. And make sure you come back again, give us an update, and we definitely love to have you on and give a recap on how it went. And we thank you for your time, Chuck. You've been just totally amazing here on the Mike Wagner Show. Looking forward to you soon. Keep us up to date, and we've got to keep in touch. You know, it's like maybe we can do a Zoom on a hockey game or something like that. So
yeah, well, you know what I'm going to do? If you can get me one of those tote bags or the pillows, I'll place it in Times Square strategically so it shows up on camera around the globe. Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah. We'll do that.
No, I'll put it near we're having a haunted house there. It's going to be great. I mean it.
Surprise!
All right, man. Thank you again.
All right. You have a good night. Thanks a lot.
Picture this photo books, where remembering is the key ingredient. Preserving memories, keeping the memories of your loved ones alive as they reach in and touch your heart. How beautiful your mother looked at her wedding, and even more so at yours. The holidays are coming. What better time to give a gift of remembrance that makes you laugh and cry all at the same time? Whether it's a gift of past holidays, grandma's recipes, long ago moments, or just because, those smiles and tears will melt your heart. Call Karen Shaw at 646-798-0809. Once again, that's 646-798-0809. Or visit picturethisphotobooks.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.